Today in our computer science section, we will be treating system development life cycle, presented by Amanetullah Akorede Ismail. The objectives of this class. At the end of this class, I expected everyone to briefly explain system development life cycle. Also, itemize the stages of system development life cycle, and lastly, state the advantages and disadvantages of system development life cycle. Now, let us look at the definition of system development life cycle. What is system development life cycle? System development life cycle is a process of using information system to support business needs of an organization by designing the system. After the designing of the system, building the system, then after the building of the system, delivering of the system, and maintaining the system for the users. The system development life cycle provides an overall formalized method for managing the system development processes and activities. It represents a detailed and specific set of procedures, steps, and development of an information system. It also describes the stages from the beginning to the end of an information system development. Now let us look at the method in system development life cycle. Actually, there are different methods for developing information system, and we have cyclic method, we also have rapid prototype, we have incremental method, and so on and so forth. However, the oldest and classical method of system development life cycle is known as waterfall model. And the waterfall system development life cycle is a sequence of stages that must be followed one after the other. That is, the stage 2 can only begin when stage 1 is completed, and the output of stage 1 is the input of stage 2, and so on. Now let us look at the waterfall system development cycle stages. Now we are going to start. The first stages is the investigation stages. The investigation stages involves installing the existing system and evaluating it to identify its problem and deficiency. It involves gathering information about the existing system that can be done by observation, questionnaire, and interview. The information gathered is used for feasibility study, which outcome is feasibility report. The feasibility report identified and specified how the problem is to be solved, when it is to be solved, and why it should be solved. It defines the objectives and goals to be achieved by the new system. That is, the feasibility report is the main output of investigation stages. Now, let's move to the system analysis stages. System analysis stage. This stage deals with the detailed investigation into the existing system. The same fact-finding used in investigation stage is also used to gather information from the end users. The information gathered and analyzed to define the new system requirements, which is used to improve the existing system. The output of the analysis stage is the user requirements. Now, let us look at the system design stage. At this stage, the description of the desired features and operation of the proposed system in details, including the screen layout, business rules, diagrams, flowcharts, and documentation are implemented. The layout for the physical construction, hardware requirements, operation systems, programming, communication, and security are properly specified. The system design stage produces the system specification. The next stage is the system implementation stage, and it is where programs of the new system are written in the specific programming language in line with the system specification. It involves testing of all aspects of the new system, and adjustment and correction are made where necessary. System deployment stage. This stage is where the new system deployed is put into use. Various parts are brought together and tested for errors, bugs, and how they operate. This is the stage where the system is installed and put into use to run the actual businesses. Now, the system maintenance stage, which is the longest stage of the system development life cycle, and for the remaining lifespan of the system is at this stage. The deployed system is subjected to evaluation on how it is able to achieve its output goals. Areas where improvements are needed are modified and enhanced. The system is also subjected to change, correction, additions, and also it can also be moved to a different computing platform. Now, let us look at the advantages of system development life cycle. Advantages of system development life cycle are: first one, it is simple and easy to use. 2, it is easy to manage due to the rigidity of the model. 3, phases are processed and completed one at a time. It also promotes consistency among system development projects. It also reduces cost of managing different systems at different stages. It also helps in efficient allocation of resources to system development projects. The disadvantages of system development life cycle. The first one is adjusting scope during the life cycle can kill the project. Also, no working software is produced until late during the life cycle. The third disadvantage is that high amount of risks and uncertainties. Poor model for complex and object-oriented projects. Poor model where requirements are at a moderate to high risk of change. It takes time to go through the whole long development cycle. Now the summary. We have looked at the system development life cycle. Also, we look at the method in system development life cycle. We also treat the waterfall model, and advantages and disadvantages of system development life cycle are also treated. Now the assignment. The first assignment is that itemize any 4 methods of system development life cycle. 2, briefly explain the system analysis stage. 3, state to each the advantages and disadvantages of system development life cycle.